Hi friends, it's Erica. I hope you're doing well. As you can tell from the title, probably this was my most unexpected and unplanned video ever. I was traveling from Tokyo, Japan to Jakarta, Indonesia, and was initially just meant to be doing a 5-day quarantine. I ended up testing positive for COVID on day 5 and ended up doing 24 days of quarantine in total. Just as a side note, I'm generally in good health with no underlying medical conditions. I was not able to get the vaccine as the vaccine rollout in Japan has been super slow, and at the time of uploading, only 1.9% of the population has been vaccinated. That's mostly medical workers and elderly people. Why are the Olympics going forward? I was really impressed with the handling of COVID by the Indonesian government. Even before you enter the country, you need to register on this website called eHack. So it gives you a QR code which registers your PCR test information while you're in quarantine. And you need to show that even when you travel domestically. So right from the quarantine hotel to the COVID hotel I was taken to after I tested positive in an ambulance, all the staff I came across were wearing PPE. The only time I stepped outside in the 24 days was to get into that ambulance being guided by staff in PPE. And it was such an awe moment for me. Was the day I tested positive. I was really worried because I didn't know where my symptoms were going to go, if it was going to get serious. I didn't know what was happening around me, can't understand the language around me. And the paramedic lady in full top to bottom PPE gear sat me down. She was like, "Miss Erica, you will be okay, don't worry." And she gave me like a socially distanced air hug like this, which is just so sweet, and I really needed that in the moment. It almost made me cry, still makes me cry. At the COVID hotel, it was really well organized as well. I would get meal delivery 3 times a day, no contact meal delivery, they just knock on the door and they'd leave your food outside. You'd be connected to staff by WhatsApp, so if you need anything, you can contact them immediately. And they'd also check on your health every few days, like measure your body temperature, oxygen meter by the thing they put on your finger, and blood pressure as well. And they also gave me medication, paracetamol when my fever was quite high. I just want to stress that I am one of the lucky ones. I only showed mild symptoms, no serious complications. And I'm so grateful for that. Even though I only had a mild case, it still felt awful. I've never had such a long fever. It lasted for about 12 days, and a bunch of other symptoms that came with it. So fatigue, joint pain, chest pain, skin sensitivity, muscle pain, and then loss of sense of smell, which I still haven't regained yet. It's been a month since I got it and recovered. It's coming back slowly, not fully there yet. And then loose stomach to top it off. So it was a really nasty virus. I just really want to say, please continue to stay safe out there, look out for each other and be careful. I'm going to start off this vlog getting my PCR test the day before my flight in Tokyo. I just completed the PCR test. My thoughts are very efficient and very expensive. From checking in until completing it, it was like 10 minutes. Which is nothing. And then at 5 p.m, it's 10 in the morning now, at 5 p.m. we can come pick up the certificate so we can fly tomorrow. So it's such an empty airport. This is fresh fruit, loads of fruit. Okay, pretty sweaty from the workout. We have to go have our PCR test because it's day 2 now. We also get one on day 5. Thank you. This looks very vegetable heavy. This must be mine. Okay. Potato chips, broccoli, more potatoes and bread. And dinner tonight is pasta. Proper TV dinner. I get a full English breakfast today. Hubby tested positive. I was negative for the PCR test yesterday. So he's been taken away to a specialist facility and I have to get another test. Worst case scenario, we'll be apart for 10 whole days. Will you survive without me?
I'll miss you very much, but I
miss you too, darling. They said because I tested negative and he's positive, they have to separate us. And I had my second COVID test today. I will get the results tomorrow. No fever or cough or anything like that, but I do feel tired and groggy in the head. I was feeling that when I woke up this morning.
Up the thigh, hip flexor into the back bend.
Food arrived. I'm having a TV dinner. I was hungry, really hungry, even though I feel under the weather, so. I woke up and I checked the app. They have this online system in Indonesia, and I came back negative for my test yesterday, so I'm not going to be whisked off. I'm a bit surprised because I did feel like I was under the weather yesterday, like very lethargic, but hopefully that was from placebo and general lethargy. I have to be tested again tomorrow, and then I get a certificate and can check out on the 6th day morning. I went a bit paranoid yesterday. I was checking all the coronavirus symptoms, and loss of sense of smell is a big one. But just checking, I can still smell my coffee. Yep, still there. It's coffee this morning, so that's reassuring. I was texting my mom to let her know I'm okay. Look at that. It looks pretty good. A delicious pineapple. I feel like my day always revolves around food, quarantine or not.
Inhale halfway, lengthen.
Yeah, I do feel a bit off, but yeah, test was negative. It's gonna have to have like another lazy, relaxed day. I feel like I have a bit of joint pain and muscle ache, so I'm 100% feeling under the weather now. I measured my temperature and it's 38.1. So yeah, I do have a fever and I've got joint pain and muscle pain. So weirdly, I still do have an appetite. Something about me, my lunch just came. So I'm gonna eat a little bit. I don't have a huge appetite, but I just wanna have a little bit, and then I think I'm gonna go to bed today. Last night, my joint pain was really bad. Like I was wincing in pain. But today I don't have so much, so that's good. I think I'm on the mend, but we'll do a PCR test today and get results tomorrow. So I've been like this all day pretty much, just flicking through TV channels or sleeping. Yeah, it's not good. The worst thing is the fatigue and the joint pain. It comes and goes in waves, and sometimes it's really stabbing. It makes me wince, you know, it's like, ah. Sorry, I have not had much energy at all to do anything today. And my normally ferocious appetite has gone down as well. I literally just picked up breakfast and lunch, so definitely not well. I had my PCR test as well. I'm going to get results tomorrow. I'm pretty sure it will be positive, which means I have to be taken to a government-approved hotel. Not surprisingly, I got my test result from yesterday and I'm positive for COVID, but I just feel so shitty for bringing it into another country, maybe putting staff members at risk. Obviously, if I'd had symptoms and known I'd had it, I would never have come in. But I think it just shows like how you can never be too vigilant. I have packed up my things and then they're gonna come for me to take me to the same hotel as hubby, but not the same room, in an ambulance. So just waiting for them to come get me right now. Surprisingly, they brought me to the same room as hubby, so we are now reunited. Even though they told me I didn't think that would happen because they said it wasn't possible. So that's a nice surprise, isn't it, Keiki?
That's very nice.
Very nice surprise. I'm lying on the floor on a yoga mat. Couldn't handle a lot of the breakfast and just wanted to lie down again. My fever has gone down, but now I have this like weird skin sensitivity and chest pain, and now my tummy is feeling weird. So it's kind of shitty that I thought it's getting better. I've been sleeping all day pretty much after that. Stomach didn't feel so good. And now dinner is delivered and I feel like I have an appetite again, so that's good. Tofu and broccoli. Another day just lying down basically. My fever's 38 today, so it's done a lot of going up and down. And joint pain is gone, but I have muscle pain now. And tummy's still a bit dodgy. So yeah, it's very, very persistent, this virus. You think you're gonna get well in like a linear way, then you get a bit better, and then you feel worse again, and it goes up and down in waves. So yeah, I've never really known anything quite like this. So I'm sniffing my lunch, which is like garlic flavor, so it should be very flavorful. No smell, can't smell anything. Literally cannot smell it. I sniffed this Neil's Yard aroma therapy roller thing that I got as a gift before I left Japan, and I remember sniffing it a few days ago, thinking that it smelled really nice. It's meant to be like essential oil mix, so that's the whole point of it. But however, big revelation is that I do not smell anything anymore, like literally zero. Can't smell a thing. It's just very weird that I have lost a sense. I know I said I was feeling better earlier, but my fever has shot up to 38.7, which is the highest it's been, and I'm feeling very shivery and unwell, so just gonna rest it out tonight. Finally feel a bit better because the fever has gone back down to normal range without drugs, so that's been good. I feel a lot better today, a lot more mentally clear and more energy, so hopefully the PCR test we do later will come back negative. Temperature yesterday was acceptable, today is ideal, so kind of back to normal now. We did the the PCR test yesterday, and what we didn't want to happen happened basically. So hubby tested negative, but I was still positive, which makes sense. I think it was a little bit ambitious doing it yesterday as soon as I felt okay. I basically cannot leave until I test negative, so it's going to be a few more days at least. I am being well looked after. They measured my blood pressure and the oxygen meter, the thing they put on your finger, body temperature, all was good. So what's going to happen now is I'm going to take the PCR test tomorrow, and then hopefully if it comes back negative we can both leave together the day after. Today's lunch of rice and veggies and potatoes. Okay. If it's negative, then I'm allowed to leave and go outside tomorrow. The usuals. So I got rice and tempeh. So I got my results back from the PCR test yesterday, and it was positive still. I'm feeling absolutely fine, no symptoms now, so it really sucks because I thought I would test negative. I'm reading horror stories about people who continue to test positive for months, so like, yeah, I probably shouldn't be reading those things. So I've been symptomless for 5-6 days now. Going to take the PCR test today, and hopefully it will be negative, which means I'll be able to leave tomorrow. A third time lucky. I've been doing a lot of reading. I just read No Country for Old Men. You might have seen the movie, it's quite violent. And now I'm reading The House of the Dead by Dostoevsky, based on the actual time Dostoevsky spent in a Siberian prison back in the day, so like kind of torturous conditions. But it's a pretty dark book. It is the morning of truth and waiting for the results. Got the test result back and it was positive again. I really don't know what's happening because I felt fine for days now. And my husband tested negative like over a week ago now. So like, I just don't know what's going on. I feel like I'm not going to get out at this rate. Okay, there have been tears today as I was really hopeful about getting out. The guy who gave us the results said exercise will probably help with getting a negative result quicker for next time. I've been doing like an hour to an hour and a half of yoga every day, but I'm gonna start Chloe Ting workouts. I did them before and they're a bit too much for me, but yeah, I'll start doing those again just to get the heart rate up, like way up. So I did the 2021 Summer Shred Challenge by Chloe Ting. Oh my god, it took it out of me. I was sweating so much. My yoga mat was like wet with sweat. I was like, I'm so exhausted now. Like my muscles are still shaking everywhere. I think tomorrow's gonna be pretty sore. I am so sore, guys. I went from like basically 0 step count for 3 weeks to like intense HIIT workout, and like now I'm walking like this, like everywhere hurts. Hubby has been negative for a week, so I sent him off to a nice hotel. Today's breakfast is mango juice, and I have like a stir-fry noodle thing. So I had another PCR test yesterday with a different lab, and oh my god, the lady went so far up the nose, like actual tears came out of my eyes. Listening to a podcast and walking around the room, getting my step count up. So essentially, I just went for a 20-minute walk. I can just about manage to walk. I cannot do yoga or any kind of exercise today. Thank you, Chloe Ting, for that. So I got the results from the PCR test yesterday at the different lab. And I do not know what's going on because it was positive yet again. I'm just like, I've kind of just given up hoping for a negative now. But it's very bizarre because I've been fine for 8 days now. I felt 100% for 8 days, and I can't leave here till I test negative. So it sucks, but it is what it is. So today is officially the 3-week mark since I started showing symptoms and have since recovered. We will do another PCR test today, 5th time lucky. I finally have some good news. So the PCR test today I did came back negative. So I'm allowed to leave at 9 a.m. tomorrow. I have been indoors for 3 weeks now, have not had any fresh air or been outside at all. So I almost feel a little bit nervous, but obviously really excited and really happy. It's 6 a.m. and it's leaving day. Last breakfast here this morning is rice and potatoes and veggies. Yeah, I can smell that, like faintly, but left side, like literally nothing, still weird. Goodbye, my quarantine abode. I'm outside, yay. First cab out of quarantine came to get me. So I hope you guys have found this vlog somewhat insightful. I have now fully recovered, thankfully, although my sense of smell is not fully there yet. Otherwise, I'm absolutely fine, and I'm so grateful for that. Please continue to stay safe and look out for each other. And thank you so much for watching. I will talk to you on the next video. Bye.